Hey there folks, just getting started a few minutes early. No big deal. I'm not actually going to start the roll early. This one's going to be a 1951 D roll. It is it's a pretty nice roll. It's I don't know if it has, I can't remember if it has real nice looking. Yeah, it does. It has pretty nice looking coins in it. Quite shiny. Very nice stuff. So I'm going to leave it there until we get a little bit closer to 11 o'clock. I just wanted to come on to let everybody know that we are going to be streaming again here real soon. Get everybody in here who wanted to be in here live before I actually start going through coins. I got to get this squeak in my chair fixed because I know it comes through in the sound. Make sure I'm as silent as possible other than the voice. The birds and the dog outside barking. That dog, crazy little thing there, he sits outside, and as soon as a buzzard flies overhead, he barks at the buzzards. So that's what he's doing. He's out there barking at buzzards. He's out there barking at the birds. He doesn't bark at people. He doesn't bark at other dogs. He stands out there and barks at the buzzards. So I'm waiting for people to come in and say hello. Just say hello if you're in here. That way I know there's people here with us. I'll go ahead and I'll get started now. So we've got this roll. This is a 1951 D roll. I do believe it's an original roll. Appears to be in very good shape. I'll just pour it out here and I'll go from left to right across the roll and we'll see what's inside, if anything. Hopefully there will be something here. Hello Joe. Hey Adam. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We've got coin number 1 here. Coin number 1 will be going to DN. Let's see what's in here for DN. And coin number 1, a little bit spotty. We do have an RPM though. This is an upper serif RPM. Pretty nice one actually. So we've got a decent coin to get us started. I'm going to go to this resolution. Eric, if you want to get a screenshot so you can look this one up, here's your chance. I don't know if Eric is around right now. But we got Joe. Did I say Eric before? I meant Joe. Hey, Joe. So we got a nice little RPM here. I don't know which one this one is, but it's probably listed already because it has a nice upper split serif. No doubled I. Nothing going on in Liberty or in the motto. So let's flip it over and take a look at the other side. See what happened over here. We've got a huge die chip, die break chip on the T of cent, which will definitely help in trying to ascertain which die this is. Mark between the C and the E of cent. Looks like a, no, it's not anything there. There's a clash mark right here, very nice strong clash mark. That's of the forehead. You can see the area down on the bottom is actually the hairline, the front hairline, and then you've got the forehead, and up at the very top of the C is the brow. So the I would be between the C and the A, and then the bridge of the nose right there. So it's backwards and upside down. But that's kind of cool. So that's going to be die number 1 for this roll. Die number 1 for the roll is going to be a nice upper split serif RPM. And let's move on to coin number 2. See what happened with coin number 2. Mike Birchman. And coin number 2 turns out to have some spottiness. No RPM here. So you know have doubling on the obverse. Let's see about the reverse. Reverse on the 1951D is not very well known to have doubled dies, but there could be, just because of the era this was struck in. Back out on this one so we get less lag. There we go. A lot less lag when I back out some. This one also has a nice die clash mark, except instead of being down here, oh Bill, we're up here with this die clash, and this one is the front of the bow tie. You get the front of the bow tie and then the front of the vest running up to the E, and a lot of times on these you can see the back of the neck over here, but it doesn't show on this one. Over here around the C, usually you can see the back of the neck. So this one's a normal coin here. And now for coin number 3, Joe McBride. Well, here's Joe. Let's see what you got, Joe. Okay, Joe got not an RPM. Not a doubled eyelid. No doubling on the obverse. There's a break between that little die crack between the E and the R of Liberty, which could have eventually developed into a die chip between the letters. Chip or break. I kind of use those terms interchangeably, and I probably shouldn't, because there are actual differences between the two. Oops. And that's it for coin number 3. Now coin number 4, Jeff Dunn. Coin number 4, Jeff Dunn. It is an interesting little mark below the mint mark, but that looks like it's just a little tiny die gouge of sorts. Nice little sharp mark right below the mint mark itself. I think that's a die gouge though. Okay, zoom back out. Hi, sissy. See, you got you some pretty toners in your roll. It's really cool to see all those pretty colors. There's a die crack on this one from the D of VDB going northwest on the shoulder, north to northwest. Nothing specific other than the fact that it's marking this particular die pair, which has no variety, no die variety. And that's coin number 4 for Jeff Dunn. Now coin number 5. Coin number 5 goes to Sureg. And Sureg gets a nice little double split serif RPM here. Nice one. Got a pretty nice looking split on the upper and the lower. It's got a die scratch going northwest out of the top center of the 9. That's what we're going to be able to use as a marker for this particular die pair. And we're going to call this die number 2 out of the roll. Yep, that's a nice marker. Die scratches between the 1, 9 and the chin. Okay, so we got that. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick to see if there was anything on the reverse of this coin. And I see nothing. Nothing at all. But we do have that nice little RPM. I'm going to get started with that. So that's coin number 5. Now coin number 6. Yo man. Yo man gets coin number 6. Let's see what it is. Well, it looks like we've got a nothing on this one. Nothing on the obverse. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick. See if we happen to have anything going on there. And I see nothing at all. Nothing remarkable. So here we go now, coin number 7. Sorry, coin number 7, Tim Morrell. And Tim Morrell is going to pick up. It looks like a normal coin again. Nice little die dot down below the 5 there. It's always important that you pick up the markers on the non-variety coins as well as the variety coins, because that'll help you get through a roll a little bit faster. And if you've got a bunch of rolls to look through, yeah, it's always a good thing. Like a box, you can get through a box faster. If you just remember that you've got a die dot below the 5 on a coin that has nothing on the obverse. That way you'll be able to remember next time you see that die dot, well, I probably got nothing on the obverse of this coin because it matches the die that I've already seen. And looking on the reverse, it shows us that we have nothing on the reverse on this one. So we have a normal coin. That's for Tim Morrell. Now coin number 8. Number 8 goes to BR Chef. And BR Chef is going to have... That's another one of those with that little dot extending south out of the D. But on this one I see a little bit of upper split serif. So it appears that this one is an RPM, even though I didn't notice it on the other coin. Let's see. You know, maybe, maybe not. That looks like it could be a hit on the corner of the mint mark. That's what I'm thinking it is. It looks like it's a hit on the corner of the mint mark. Yeah. Alright, Bill, we'll see you later, buddy. Let's see. Move on to the next coin, because this one's going to be just another normal one. Unfortunately, there's a nice little clash mark under the chin on this one. And moving on around, got nothing on the obverse here, and it is the same die pair as another coin that we've seen. It did not have a double die reverse, so I don't expect this one to have a double die reverse, because those dies are generally paired together through most of the life. Most of their life. And they can mint hundreds of thousands of coins before having to be changed out. Alright, this one's for Marshall. And for Marshall, we end up with... looks like it's normal here, by all counts and measures. Yep, normal coin. Okay, let's flip it over and take a look at the reverse real quick. See if there's anything on the reverse to be watching for. And no, nothing there. Almost up beyond the first dozen coins in the roll, where I've been looking at the obverse and the reverse, and I think I'm going to stop looking at the reverse at this point. Take a look at this one. There's another one of the double split serif with the die scratches from the 9 to the chin. So this is going to match the die number 2 out of this roll, which was coin number 5 that went to Sureg. And this one is coin number 10 for BR Chef. Hey, Coin Junkie and Alan. Yeah, we got a few little die varieties coming out of this one. Actually, 2 different dies. We have a doubled upper serif, and then we have a split doubling on both serifs. This is the one on both serifs. We've got 2 of those now. Here's coin number 11 for Yeoman. And coin number 11 for Yeoman appears to be a really minor, probably very minor doubled serifs. Both serifs are very minorly split. I don't think we're going to be able to list this one. This one just doesn't look like enough to get the character. But it is a double split serif. It's just very, very minor. Let's take a look at the reverse on this one. Got really nothing going on in the reverse here. So that's for Yo Man. Now number 12. Number 12 is going to go to Deanne. Let's see about Deanne. It's another one with the same thing. Same die again. Very, very minor. Very minor. Double split serifs. Otherwise nothing. So that's for Deanne. Now coin number 13. Lucky number 13 goes to Mr. Dunn. And Jeff Dunn gets, looks like a normal coin. These look severely marked up, but they're not quite as bad as they look. This is a very bright light with a very sharply focused microscope that has a lot of resolution. So you're seeing a lot more than you would see through a loop. Just to let you know, coin number 13 turned out to be nothing. So coin number 14, John Brandon Bow. John Brandon Bow has another example of die 1. This is the first die out of the roll. Has a nice little doubled upper serif. The lower serif is actually also doubled, but it's doubled quite far in. But this is the first die out of the roll that we were finding. Let's see. Happens to have a small die crack. Well, it's got a die crack around the orbit of the eye, and it's got a die crack running through the forehead. Pretty simple. Pretty simple for marker. Let's flip it over and take a look at the other side. Got a double die clash on the other side, where the other ones just had a single die clash. Or the other one. We only received one of these so far, but this is a double die clash line. So the forehead. See the hairline down below the C. You can see the bulge of hair down below the C, and then the forehead and the brow is at the very top of the C, and the bridge of the nose runs through the A and the T. So this one's a new one. Okay. It is a listable, that's for sure. It's coin number 14. It's another example of die 1 from the roll. Now coin number 15. Coin number 15 will go to Deanne. And coin number 15 turns out to look exactly like this. And it turns out that this one is a normal coin now. Yep, definitely a normal one. Let's take a look at the reverse now. This is going to help a lot in getting through these rolls more efficiently and more expediently, because the focus on this scope is so much better than the Dynoscope. The lighting is so much better, and it's just relatively easy to see if there's anything on the coins. So I can split and separate these coins as we go through the rolls. It makes things a lot faster on the back end. Let's see, this one's for Jim Fletcher. He's going to get a normal coin, it appears. Normal mint mark. Nothing on In God We Trust or Liberty or the I. Nothing on the reverse. Now coin number 17, Bulldog. Bulldog run into coin number 17 here. Let's see what we have. Looks like another normal coin for Bulldog. Haven't pulled anything really good out of the rolls today so far. Nothing really good anyway. We've come up with a little bit of success. Not a screaming success though. Now number 18. 18 goes to William Cresson. Mr. Cresson gets... Turn this camera back around here. There we go. Say nothing on the obverse. And nothing on the reverse. Now number 19 for Stig. Stig comes out with nothing on the obverse. Nothing on the reverse. Now here's coin number 20. Mike Birchman. Oh, snap. Nice little doubled lower serif there with a die crack running up to the 5 of the date. That's interesting. Hey, Scott. We do have some nice looking coins going on here. Pretty nice looking ones. Let's see here. Interesting little bit of die damage at the B in Liberty. This one's definitely going to be a pull. I'll pull this one out. Hey, Wanda. I'll pull this one out. Let's take a look at the reverse though and see what the reverse turned out to bring us, if anything. Nothing going on here except some eject doubling that you can see. If I turn it this way, you can see a lifted ridge on the edge of some of the letters. That lifted ridge, you can see the doubling on the E there. That lifted ridge is the result of the coin being pushed before the die is ready to release it. There's some push doubling right there on the bottom of the left wheat. That is eject doubling. So a nice little lower split serif with a die crack running out of the northeast corner of the mint mark brings us die number 3 for the roll. Die number 3 only being that it's the third different variety exhibited during the search of this roll. That's all that means. Nothing more. The die number, if it's listed, will definitely change. This is not going to be RPM 1, 2, and 3 because, well, 1951D already has RPM number 1, 2, and 3. So these, if they're not listed already, will be added to the end of the stream of 1951D RPMs, which will put the number up in the 20s or 30s. And here's John Brandon Bow for you. John Brandon Bow for the next coin in the roll is going to have what appears to probably be a normal coin because we have that, remember that die damage, that little bit of die dot down below the 5 of the date? Well, here we have it again. The last time we saw that it was on a nothing to nothing coin, and this one is a nothing to nothing coin. So a nothing to nothing coin there. That's Mr. Bow. Number 23, Mr. Marshall. Nothing there on the obverse. This looks like a slightly earlier dice date coin than some of the others we've seen. I do not believe we've seen this die yet in this broadcast. However, because there's nothing on it, we haven't really missed anything. So here is the reverse of this one. And no doubling on the reverse. And on to the next coin, coin number 24. Coin number 24 is going to go to Sirag. Let's see what Sirag gets. Looks like it's going to be another normal coin. The eye area packed up a little bit of dirt there. That one even has the die crack between the E and the R of Liberty, which is something we've definitely seen before. Here's coin number 25 for Miss Wanda. And Miss Wanda is in the house. And we've got nothing on the obverse on this one, it appears. And let's look at Wanda's reverse, just to be thorough. Not found anything on the reverses of 1951 D cents so far today. It was good timing on your part. Got here just in time. Coin number 26 now to Jim Fletcher. And Jim Fletcher comes out with a die number 1 for the roll. Nice doubled upper serif. And die number 1 for the roll. Let's see. I guess my best secondary marker to look for is that die scratch. It's actually 3 die scratches, a pair and then a single on the front of the vest, inside the vest. So there's that one again. That's our third example of this die. Now coin number 27, James Worley. And James Worley will obtain, so far it looks like a normal 1951 D. Yeah. No, D. A doubled D Sir Gold is a repunch mint mark. Doubled die involves the rest of the design, not the mint mark. But when you're doubling mint marks, we're talking about repunch mint marks, not doubled dies. Which this is. This is a repunch mint mark. It's got 2 D's punched there, even though it's got a little tiny bit of damage. We can still tell this is die number 2 for the roll. And that's because of the plethora of little die scratches between the 1-9 and the chin. That plus the spread looks the same, being that it's a nicely split doubled upper and lower serif. And there is the coin for Joe McBride, number 28, now 29. 29 is going to go to Marshall. Let's see what Marshall ends up with here. Okay, see, there's the one with the damage below the 5. So we know that this one has nothing on it, because it matches that die. And we were right, there's nothing there. Now 29, now 30 goes to Farm Dog. Coin number 30 to Farm Dog is a 1951 D with a very, very minor split lower serif that we're not going to be able to count, unfortunately. And I got nothing else going on with this one. So on to coin number 31 now. Coin number 31 is for Alan Hargraves. Don't see anything on the mint mark. No doubled I. Nothing there. Unfortunately. Now coin number 32. Coin number 32 for Mike Birchman. And Mike Birchman. No mint mark. No motto. What is this? Oh, there's a little piece of it's a little die chip, it looks like, with a piece of no, it's both lamination. That's come off the D of God there. So you have a lamination flake with another little lamination flake as a part of the corner of the D of God. So that's kind of interesting. It's a little interesting. Well, it's not really an error. I would call it an anomaly. But it's still fun. It looks fun anyway. I'll zoom way in on this one. Take a better look at it because it's pretty. I like the way it looks. Let's see. There we go. You see that little thing on the bottom of the D is actually a flake of metal. You can see the edge of where it was on the D before it moved. Then we have another flake of the field all the way up into the rim area, which is kind of cool. Sir Gold, next time I run into a split serif, I'll definitely show it to you so you'll understand exactly what we're talking about. This one's for Mike Birchman. I'm going to make sure that I don't touch anything on there that could fly off of that coin because it looks like those pieces are kind of loose. So here's coin number 35 for John Brandon Bow. And coin number 35 for John Brandon Bow is focused in way too much. Let me zoom out. Well, and this one's going to be one of the minor split serifs. We're not even going to try to show you Sir Gold with this coin because it's so minor. We do have one die that's been showing up in this roll that'll be a very good example of a split serif if I find it. 34, Bill Crescent. And Bill Crescent will get, this one's another normal coin. Tip for that. That's coin number 34. Now coin number 35. Coin number 35 goes to Sureg. And this one has what we can call the same thing actually, so we're just going to skip this one too. It does actually have split serifs, but they're really hard to see. Now for coin number 36, Kelly Michaud. Okay, this one's got the little die fragment thing on the bottom of the D, so we know this one is going to be a normal die. We know we've run into this one plenty of times now. So I'll pull this out. And it's going to go to Spike Ted Die Crack. Good morning. But that coin's going to go to Kelly Michaud. Got a little backwards on what I was saying there. This one's for Steve A. This one's got the nice split serifs. See, Sir Gold, when you look at the upper and the lower serifs on this D, you can see that there's doubling. There's actually two Ds there that are overlapping one another. See how the center of the end serifs, which are the points on the end of the letter, see how those have a little division line running right through the middle of them? We call that split serifs. So that's a split serif. So you have a split upper serif and a split lower serif. And that is an RPM, repunched mint mark. So this is going to be the die second die that we found that has a repunchment mark in this roll. So it's going to be a die number 2 for this roll. And then when we get finished with this, I'll go back through and I'll re-identify these according to their proper die numbers, which right now I don't know. Scott, no. Sometimes only one serif will be split, so we have a split serif repunchment mark, or in this particular case we had a double split serif repunchment mark. Okay, this one's got the little thing on the bottom of the D, which tells us immediately that this one is not a die variety. Nothing on the I, nothing in Trust, and nothing in Liberty. So this one's for Wanda. Move this one to the pile of normal coins. Here's one for Mr. Worley now. Mr. Worley gets coin number 39, and coin number 39 will be another one of those with the little dot at the lower left corner of the letter. That means we have another normal coin. Yes, Scott, it can be upper serif or lower serif or both serifs. Just depending on exactly how one letter overlaps the other letter when they repunched it. Okay, this one turns out to be a nobody for Jim Fletcher. We've got a few RPMs in this roll, and that's generally the expectation. Just a few RPMs in a roll. Sometimes we run into rolls that have 20, 30, 40 RPMs, and those are kind of unusual. The usual is that we find a bunch of examples of a normal die over and over again, which means the mint actually did their job. Alright, this will be coin number 41, which is a normal coin. Let's move on to coin number 42 now. Kelly Michaud. Let's see what we end up with for Kelly Michaud. Another double split serif mint mark right there. Another one of our nice ones. This is die number 2 for the roll. One of our markers for this is the set of die scratches running between the 1-9 of the date and the chin. So I'll put this in its holder and put it on top of the stack for die number 2. Right there. Now coin number 43. Coin number 43 is a James Worley coin. And the James Worley coin looks like this. And it is one of the really, really minor ones. Not going very far with this. Unfortunately, a nobody. Now, coin number 44. Coin number 44 goes to Bulldog. And Bulldog gets... it's another nobody. Big die crack on the forehead. That's it for that. Now we move on to coin number 45. Coin number 45 in this 51D roll. I'm sorry, 51D. Looks like this. It's going to be another normal mint mark coin. All right. The die scratches up close. Yeah, sure. Next time I see one of those, I will. Yo man gets the next coin. Let's see what it is. There's another one of them right there. And the die scratches I'm talking about are these little guys right here. They run between the 1 and 9 of the date up to the chin. They're straight, thin, raised lines on the coin, which represent the bristles of some sort of a wire brush or Dremel or some other type tool running across the surface of the die, probably to remove clash marks. So they are, yes, they are diagonal. I would generally, instead of calling something like this diagonal, I would call it by direction. If you're looking straight up and down on the design, they're going to be southeast to northwest, or northwest to southeast die scratches. They run through the 1 and the 9, and they run up to the corner of the chin. The only reason I'm tipping this over like this is so you can see the scratches because of the angle of my lighting. But generally when viewing, you'd want to view them straight up and down to be sure that you are getting your cardinal direction properly. So instead of diagonal, they would generally be referred to by direction, so another person would be able to fit out what kind of diagonal and exactly what direction they're running in. This is another normal coin. Zoom back out on this one. Make it easier to look through these. Final 3 coins that we have here. The final 3 coins of this roll. Coin number 48 now will go to Tim Morrell. Number 48 is, it's another normal coin. Nothing there, folks. On to number 49. 49 to William Cresson, Bill Cresson. Looks like nothing there. Oh, you're not holding anything up, Sir Gold. This is part of the reason for this whole thing. You're very welcome, David. This is why we're here. We're here to talk, to learn. You're not holding anything up. If the show takes a little longer, it takes a little longer. I don't care. And this one is one of our very minor, mostly upper split serifs, and I'm not calling this one out because I don't think it's enough to list. So that's going to do it for this particular roll. Reverse on this one just for posterity's sake. And we have some examples of a nice upper split serif repunchment mark that turn out to be numbered 26, 14, and number 1. Those go to Deanne, John Brandon Bowe, and Jim Fletcher. The next die that we have is a very nice double split serif, and we have a number of those. Number 46, 42, 37, 28, 10, and number 5. There's 6 of those all together. And then this coin turned out, what did it turn out to have on it? I don't remember at this point. Oh yeah, it had a little split lower serif and a nice die crack. There's only one of these in the roll, coin number 20, and it went to Mike Birchman, coin number 20. And that's what we have, folks. That's it for this roll. I'm glad that we at least found some goodies. Here's your varieties again. And our normal coins, numbered far more than the varieties, but at least we got something out of it, right? You should look at it in a positive light. There's all of our normal coins for this roll. And folks, I'm off to eat lunch. I'm going to do lunch and I'll be back at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock is our next reveal. It's going to be a 1963D roll. Hope to find a bunch of really neat stuff in 63D. There is good stuff to find. Marshall, no sir, I've not received any boxes yet, but I do have 2 planned to show today, and then there's 2 more planned to show tomorrow and Wednesday, so they're probably going to be in there. Your wife called and you're trying to learn. Well, I was saying, in case you didn't hear it, you're not holding anything up with your questions. That's part of the reason for the show, is to be able to discuss stuff. So I will see you guys at 1 o'clock after I fill my little belly here. And we'll come back and do that 1963 D roll, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. See you then.